Check it out!
Escape reality with Matt Z.
But what is your perspective on homelessness and how to fix the homeless problem as well too? Since we're talking about social services, do you think that they're doing a good job right now? Inadequate job? How do you feel about it?
Oh, they're doing a terrible job right now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's it's not just the city's fault because it's a funding issue. Like
Mm-hmm.
the city has to get funding from the province and from the federal government
Mm-hmm.
to properly cope with the housing problem.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if they were doing a good job, there wouldn't be any people on the streets, or very few.
Yeah.
And I think with something like 2,000 and something people in the city right now, they're without proper shelter.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, it's the same. They have a good plan, but they don't have the money. And I think that this is one of the things that I hope to debate uh, is that there's kind of two models for providing social services. There's a charity model where you rely on private charities to amass donations and then look after the problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other is to have public social services where you use tax revenue to pay for providing the services. So the charity model has a big flaw in it, and in that only compassionate people donate to charities. So that leaves all the non-compassionate people, and unfortunately, there are some non-compassionate people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of them out there.
They get a free ride, like they don't contribute at all to taking care of the people who can't take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what part of what society is about, is that we're going to take care of the children and the old people and the sick people and disabled people, as well as the businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So and frankly, with the businesses, I feel like business is for grown-ups, and that businesses can take care of themselves and others.
Mm-hmm.
They're powerful things. They don't really need to be babied, and
Mm-hmm.
any businesses that think they need to be babied, maybe they should think again about their business plan, because it really, I really do think it is for grown-ups. It's not for
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, definitely. To kind of switch gears, and I want to ask you about the free transit as well too. That's an idea. As a student, I feel like that's something that would benefit me, not having to pay for those U passes. What was your plan around offering free transit for Edmontonians?
Okay, well, initially, I was talking about free transit. It's a good idea because it's going to get more people traveling on public transit, so we'll burn less.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm always on to burn less. My climate emergency plan is burn less.
Yeah.
Anything that can make less burning is good. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, love it.
So that's initially what the reason behind having mass transit was for a burn less solution. But when I first started talking about it, several transit workers had contacted me and said, "Hey, Breezy, like we tried free transit during the first part of the pandemic. It was a disaster. Like, all these homeless people piled onto the buses,
Yeah.
and they it was just a mess." And
Mm-hmm.
so I put a caveat on, saying, like, that first of all, before we can move to free transit, we have to get a handle on the homeless problem,
Mm-hmm.
because if people had a better place to go for shelter, they wouldn't be going to a bus for shelter.
Mm-hmm.